News 4 is your local election headquarters, and early voting already underway for this June's primary, which of course is on Tuesday. One race at the top of the ticket we're all keeping our eyes on is for the 61st State Senate District.
State Assemblyman Jon Rivera is taking on incumbent Jeremy Zellner, and we have Jon with us right now. Zellner joined us yesterday. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
All right, let's get right into it. Some bills you have sponsored recently. There have been a lot. Richardson redevelopment, Buff State bilingual program, Cotter money. Tell us, what you've been doing in this community for folks who maybe don't know.
Well, no, I appreciate the opportunity. So, I've been a member now of the state legislature for going on 6 years. And I've been able to accomplish a ton of things, really with an emphasis of bringing back home resources. So, when it comes to for example, the rec center in the village of Hamburg, to the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Center on Niagara Street. So we've brought millions of dollars back home. But then legislatively, we've been able to have some good successes too. I passed a pretty important bill earlier this month, which was judicial redistricting, which is huge and something that we hadn't tackled in a long, long time. And then also, as mentioned, it was something very hyper-local, which was Richardson. We know that there's a lot of opportunity at that site. A lot of things can be happening. And what we did was we transferred some land, a parcel, to the corporation that's handling the redevelopment there so that they can actually kind of revive it and get some activity there going.
Jon, you just mentioned the new districts that were a part of the state budget, the new judicial districts, which effectively makes Erie County its own judicial district and then separates it from the rest of Western New York. Talk about the benefits you believe in that, why you think that was a worthy bill. Yeah.
So, the New York State Constitution makes it so that the legislature has the responsibility to review districts and where in which we elect judges. And through research, we determined that they had never been reviewed in our region. So since the founding of judicial districts in New York State, which goes back to the mid-1800s, we had not changed them. So we believe that that's led to a less diverse bench. We believe it's led to a less representative bench. And now that Erie County will be able to elect its own state Supreme Court judges, we feel it's going to be a better reflection of our community. And truthfully, for the remaining counties, they're going to be in their own judicial districts, so they're going to have a higher probability of being represented from somebody from a rural community. And we think that that's a fair approach. But again, it had been, a century and a half since it had been done, so we felt it was the right time to do it.
Let's talk about data centers. That has been really big in the news lately. You have said you're on board for a moratorium to kind of take a look at how data centers really impact our economy and our environment. Kind of give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of started back in 2022. There was a movement to fast-track cryptocurrency mining facilities. And it's a similar technology to what we see in these data centers. And what we saw was pushback from communities saying that they didn't want them. There's concern about water discharge going back into waterways that can have negative effects on communities, but then also environmental issues beyond that. So, I think it is more prudent to cross our T's, dot our I's, and know what we're really getting into before we sort of roll out a red carpet for an industry where there is just a lot of unassuredness in it. So whether you're in Tonawanda or in Genesee County, the message has been clear that people are reluctant and concerned about them coming into our communities, and I agree. And I think I'm hopeful that the governor signs a moratorium immediately because we need it to move fast.
It is a difficult line to walk there because you have pushback, not only from the data centers who say, no, you're wrong, we can do this cleanly, and we can do this without draining utilities like water and electricity and or get natural gas. But also unions are saying, hey, we are building these billion-dollar centers. They're going to employ our communities. How do you walk that line as a legislator? Because obviously, Jon, you've got a great support from unions.
Sure. I'm so proud to have the support of so much folks in organized labor, New York State AFL-CIO, the building trades. But I'd also say, no one, no matter what your economic status is, no matter what your background is, no matter what anything about you, there's certain things you just don't want in your community. And I think that traverses any demographic or any sort of line of work. But additionally, I'm in favor of obviously, doing whatever we can to increase our construction workforce. It's something I've been working on prior to me being in the legislature and my own days in the Department of Public Works at Erie County. But also, we're coming on the heels of a pretty substantial construction boom, obviously with the stadium, but there's been a lot of other projects. So I'm confident that our folks are going to continue to find work. But I'm more confident that if we take this year to properly assess this, it will mean way more.
Talk about your relationships with those people in Albany, with the governor and others. You know, your opponent has touted his relationships, and he's in the role right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say I have a lot of my colleagues that are supportive of me, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm not pursuing the sort of blessings of politicians. You know, I've been supportive of Democrats across the board and really across the state to pursue the things that they want to pursue, and they've been supportive of me. But I'd also say, you know, what's been consistent in this campaign is I've been supported by working people, everyday people that are more worried about groceries going up and utility bills going up than politicians that want to take turns patting each other on the back. And, you know, I'm proud of the record that I have, and that's why I've been able to achieve the things I've been able to achieve in the legislature. You know, I'm a consensus building person. I've been this way since prior to my time. I'm not some, you know, conflict driven, you know, sort of politically motivated person. I'm about getting the work done, focusing on that work, and making sure we get past the finish line.
This is going to be a very big year for years just like this, for issues just like this. One of the biggest that came out of the state budget, and of course some of this is self-imposed problems from the legislature's perspective, is making New York more affordable. Yeah. What kinds of things can people expect should they choose you in this 61st State Senate District seat? Yeah. What kinds of steps will you take? Tactfully, things that you can really hold on to and bring back to this region that will make things more affordable for Western New Yorkers.
Yeah, I mean, there's things I've been doing for years. You know, legislatively, for example, I've passed legislation that pushes back on utility companies, making their billing more transparent, making the information they provide ratepayers more transparent. But you know, what we've achieved in this budget is a good first step. But at the end of the day, I think the next big hill that we should be thinking about, and it does have an affordability part of it, is health insurance. I mean, we are at the cusp of tens of thousands of people just probably within the next year and a half, just in our region, losing health insurance. So just one trip to the doctor would, you know, can set somebody back permanently depending on how severe their situation is. So we need to do whatever we can. We need to go back to Albany. We need to make it so that nobody's left behind and everyone is covered. Because if we enter into this crisis that we're currently in, then you add to it people being without health insurance, it's going to be detrimental to the community.
All right. Thank you, Jon Rivera. We appreciate you coming in and sharing all of this.